At first, Tears of the Kingdom had many negative reviews, saying it was just a DLC or an addition to Breath of the Wild. But with Nintendo's release of the final trailer, I think we can all agree that that is not the case. Before we get into this video, I just wanted to apologize for my voice. I've had a horrible cough for the past few weeks, and that makes my voice a little bit raspier. And now that I've given you the heads up, please enjoy the video. Just yesterday, Nintendo live streamed the final Tears of the Kingdom trailer. And when I say I haven't felt this level of excitement in a long time, I mean it. It's been 6 years since the release of Breath of the Wild, so we fans have been eager for more information on the sequel. And of course, I'm very thankful for all the trailers we've had up until this one, but none of them really amount to what this one put on the table. It was so much, in fact, that I'm just going to set this video up into chunks of what we saw. Of course, by now, I don't have many videos to relate this one to, but this one will definitely be my longest and most in-depth one, since we just saw so much during this trailer. I'll begin with a short narration of what we saw at the very beginning of the trailer. It begins quietly with an aerial shot above Hyrule with the mysterious sky islands that we have now grown accustomed to seeing in view. With a quick cut, we see one of the mechanical enemies fighting a choo-choo, which shows us that these enemies aren't only hostile towards Link, but towards other threats as well. And then, of course, we get the iconic shot with Link falling from the sky down onto Hyrule below. But I'm not here to talk about Link at the moment, he's for later. Right now, I'll talk about the map and landscaping that we saw in this trailer. Within the first shot of Link flying down from the Sky Islands, we can see the silhouette of the mysterious flying cubes in the sky. There are many theories as to what these cubes are already, and personally, I just think there's some sort of dungeon. Alongside the cube, there is the site of what I also believe to be a shrine. We see other shrines like this one in shots like this. Link climbing above a village that seems to be Kakariko. Another odd thing in this shot is this strange circular structure that for now has no relevance. The next shot shows the entrance of Typhlo Ruins, which means that it holds at least some importance, especially because it's connected to the Zonai tribe. Then, a shot of something rising from the Gerudo Desert. It might be a reach, but the structure reminded me of Arbiter's Grounds, a dungeon in Twilight Princess that is located in the Gerudo Desert. And I thought the idea wouldn't be too far-fetched, as this trailer has made a lot of Twilight Princess references already. Still in the desert, we see one of the strange murals in the back, what seems to be an underground area of Eldin, and then a scene of flying boats that made me very reminiscent of Wind Waker. But then we cut to one of the more curious scenes in the trailer. The scene where Link returns to Hyrule Castle, but he's confused. To me, it's obvious that there's some sort of time skip after Breath of the Wild's events, because we can see that there are many civilizations and places in Hyrule that were once destroyed by the Calamity being rebuilt. So if Link returned to Hyrule Castle, why would he be confused if it was refurbished? Unless this isn't the Hyrule Castle of his present, but the Hyrule Castle of the past. This trailer has led me to believe that this game will be diving into themes of time and perhaps even time travel. We know Nintendo is not afraid to get into topics like this, as seen with Hyrule Warriors, and if you think I'm reaching because of the castle scene, the main reason I believe this is actually because of the very last shot that we see in the trailer. Just take a look at it.
Link! You must find me!
At first, I didn't think much about this part at all. Zelda fell, got lost, and now we have to find her, right? But then I saw it. Zelda's not on a sky island in this scene. She's on ground level, and there were no islands to be seen in the sky. So what if Zelda's stuck in a Hyrule before the sky islands were even established? Of course, we don't know how the sky islands even got there, so this is just a theory. But talking about Zelda leads me to another thing to mention. The title of the game itself, The Tears of the Kingdom. I believe the first time we see one of these tears is when Zelda is falling and we see a bright glow come from her hip. And now we get to talk about my favorite part of the whole entire trailer. In the trailer, this is the first tear that we see. The next one being shown in Ganondorf's reveal atop his forehead, the third with this mysterious character, and then 3 more with this scene of Riju, Sidon, and Tulin. I had assumed that Yunobo would have the other one, but, Unibo was not in the trailer. That makes 5. And the reason I say 5 is because Zelda's and this mystery character's tier is probably the same exact tier. So if there's 5 tiers, then there should be 2 more. And you might be asking me, why do you think there should be 2 more? Well, because of this. It was a mural that we saw in the earlier trailers, with a figure that looks identical to the one that we saw earlier, and 7 tear-shaped stones surrounding them. Number 7 is awfully important to the Legend of Zelda franchise, especially to Ocarina of Time. Are these 7 tears references to the 7 sages? To me, it's not that far of a reach. If you compare who is seen with the tears in this trailer compared to the Ocarina of Time's 7 sages, it's not that large of a difference. Sidon could be the counterpart for Princess Ruto. Maybe Unibo could be the counterpart for Darunia. Riju with Naboru. And of course, Zelda with Zelda. The ones that strangely don't have a connection, as far as we know, are Impa, Saria, and Roru. Perhaps Tears of the Kingdom will have their own set of 7 sages, as they each possess their own different abilities and motivations. So far, each tier seems to have a sort of elemental ability to it, which will help with fighting against my next topic, the enemies. There were many new enemies that we had never seen before with this trailer. We have this scene of a Bokoblin camp atop a talus. This, whatever it is. This creature that looks similar to a Splatoon boss. And also this dragon with 3 heads that look shockingly similar to a Gleeok. And of course, 2 more enemies that are, well, more interesting than the others. Of course, I'm talking about Ganondorf, but there's also the mystery character. The character that we don't get to see fully revealed to us yet. All we see is the blood moon surrounding his figure as he turns around and the screen fades to black. In my opinion, there are 2 possible people that this figure could be. It could just be the second phase of the last Ganondorf fight at the end of the game, but the more popular theory is that this is Demise himself. And as crazy as the theory sounds, I understand why people think it's him. The fiery red hair, the large build, Demise is eerily similar to the character we see in the trailer. And if it is the return of the Demon King Demise, I'm not upset with it at all. Am I biased because I think he's a great villain? Maybe, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm still intrigued to figure out who this character really is. And now for the next enemy on our list.
Birth of his new world.
Fun little story, I was actually in the English class when this live streamed. When I was supposed to be finishing up my essay, I was watching this instead. And I think... I started crying when I saw Ganondorf finally be revealed. If you think about it, the last time we officially saw him was in Twilight Princess. And that is way too much time away from my man. And they already released his official artwork. Personally, I really like the direction they're going with this Ganondorf. Really pushing that Gerudo influence onto his character. Which, of course, makes his title as the Gerudo King more obvious. So far, I'm really excited with all the different enemies we've been seeing. But they're not the only new thing that Nintendo showed in this trailer. I've already touched on them a bit, but I am talking about the 2 new characters that we saw. The first one that we see is the most different, for lack of better terms. We really don't know anything about them, where they are, what race they are, and where they come from. There also seem to be more figures pretty identical to them in the background. So they aren't the only one of this kind. I also think it's the same person who comes up to Zelda in this scene, with a male voice telling Zelda that Link is their final hope. I don't really know where these people could have come from. There's 2 possible outcomes that I believe in personally. Either A, they're connected to the mysterious Zonai tribe, or B, there's a completely different race that lives up on the Sky Islands. If you look closely at the scene again, you can see that the hand of the figure touching Zelda is almost identical to the hand that was sealing Ganon. Speaking of the Sky People, perhaps she is one of them. If you take one scroll down Tears of the Kingdom Twitter, everyone and their mom is saying that this is either Hylia or Zelda. But what if I told you I don't think it's either of them. For the Hylia one, I just don't think Nintendo would tease Hylia, the goddess of Hyrule, this early. Her reveal would have to be so much more surprising than just this, right? And with the Zelda theory, I don't think Zelda releasing her true powers would make her 10 times tanner. I understand, yes, she has the same outfit as Zelda and the same tier, but that looks nothing like Zelda! And who knows, I could be completely wrong, but for now I'm sticking by the side that I just think that this lady is just a normal lady. Not in terms of power or anything, but in terms of that she's her own individual character. But anyway, I'm interested to know who you guys think these two characters are. Go ahead and comment your theories down below. And with that, I think I'm going to end this video here. I am so thankful that we got so much content out of this trailer. It was so much that I actually only covered probably less than half of it. I want to thank you all for tuning in and listening to my theories and me ramble on about this trailer because it really was such a pivotal moment for my week. Thank you all so much. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
You are our final hope. Link! You must find me.